Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there.
I am recording from the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Fighter Power X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandim. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
Broadcasting live online.
Body is your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker, Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Starr Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for who? For here, we they call them London.
The best radio show.
Have fun and stay blessed.
All around the world. Broadcasting live online. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth and those of you on other planets as well. I want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Monday edition of the Morning Show. This is Starr Radio UK and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
And let me welcome you all to the program. Do me a massive favor, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. But let me take this opportunity to say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. I hope you are doing very well. And then to Perry as well. I hope you are doing good. Especially good morning to Mr. Frank Davis, Mr. Olaimi Koiki, KB Bossman, Vicky Newton, and all you wonderful presenters, present and past presenters of Starr Radio UK. Kojo, Pastor Julius Dake, massive good morning to you. To my brother Felix all the way in Aberdeen, massive good morning to you, sir. Good morning to Atako Finiana Join, the chief of a chairman, and Delta Hammond and Ma'am, all in Accra at the moment. Massive good morning to you. Ladies, hope you are all doing very, very well. Eben and Antonio, all in Cape Town, South Africa as well. Salute each and every one of you. Once again, I say welcome to the program. Let me say good morning to Tosino, Namdi, and all you wonderful people who listen to us from the Nigerian platforms, Koiki Media platform, Yoruba Nation platforms, United States of Biafra platforms as well. Salute you. Shamsuddin, good morning to you. Bishop Adesina, good morning. Reverend Emmanuel Sechidi, good morning. Captain Tete, good morning. Reverend Michael Esiama, and all the men of God behind the scenes. I salute each and every one of you. Once again, I say welcome to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and let's plow on. A special good morning go to HRH Linda Pallien all the way in Cyprus, where she's going to be joining us during the course of the program. So this is how the program is going to go for this morning. I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel update. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as Global Trotting. Then after which we look into details of the program. At 11:45, the line is activated for you to add your voice to it. If you go to Teams, you look for Starr Radio UK, it will pop up. However, before then, if you want to post your comments or anything on the platform that we are broadcasting on, be rest assured of one thing: I will read it and bring it to the fore. But wherever you are, make sure your voice is heard. Don't sit on the fence. Get involved, as we said back in the day. All right then. Then at 12 o'clock, I will take you straight to Cyprus, where we'll have HRH Linda Pallien joining in to bring you Career 101. So in the gist, that's what's going to happen. But let's kick off with the quote for the day. That says what? Like laws, success principles do not change to suit particular nations or skin colors. Like laws, success principles do not change to suit particular nations or skin colors. So if the principles, if you adhere to it, being scrupulous when it comes to spending and making sure you're getting value for money and making sure that you don't there's no corruption going on there, and you work hard, boy, you just say amen, and boy, things will be taken along nicely for you. What about that? All right then, so that is just by way of the quote for the day and a bit of explanation there. Let me say good morning to our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. Yes, he's always there to bring you everything that you need to know. And like I said, I've been announcing GIL Accountancy Services, your trusted chartered accountants and business advisors. We're going to be bringing you more on that front. All right. So now moving on to the weather front. What has the weather got in store for us? For those of you in London and the southeastern part of England, this afternoon we'll see variable cloud and sunny spells in the evening. It will turn cloudy from the north and showers will develop, some heavy in places. Now tonight will stay cloudy and breezy with spells of light rain pushing in from the north throughout the night. When it comes to the temperatures, top temperature is going to be 21 degrees and the lower is going to be 10 degrees. Pollen level is going to be high, UV level is going to be high, and pollution medium or moderate. Sunset is going to be at 2017 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 05:41 hours. And that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. This is Starr Radio UK, and I'm going to take you straight to your travels. As we say, keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads as we keep you navigated, our promise, our bond. Okay, let's move on to that. Okay, so on the travel this morning, though the strikes are over on the underground, the Northern Line is experiencing minor delays between due to an earlier fire alert, and also the Piccadilly Line is also experiencing minor delays between Acton Town and Heathrow Rayners Lane due to an earlier 40 train at Finsbury Park. Good service on the rest of the line though. And on the overground as well, Meld May is also experiencing part suspension. No service between Willesden Junction and Richmond due to an earlier 40 train at Acton Central. Good service on the rest of the line. So that is it there for you. But DLR, London Tramlink and London Overground are all running a good service. Now let's move on straight to the major roads in London. On the major roads in London, apart from the A12 that is experiencing several delays, there are no exceptional delays on any of the others. And then we come to the river bars. On the river bars this morning, yes, the Woolwich Ferry is suspended due to technical faults. That aside, all the others are running a good service. The London Cable Car is running a good service, bringing us to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. As I say, keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads as we keep it navigated. Our promise, our bond. Now, on the National Rail, Great Western Railway, Island Line, London North Eastern Railway, Northern Rail, ScotRail are all experiencing or offering special services. Now, Southwestern Railway, Southern, and Transport for Wales also special service. That aside, all the others are running a good service, and that's why I will say it once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. You know what? Enjoy your comment for today, but I'm going to be back with you in a moment. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Wow, I get myself ready to take you global trotting. Remember, get yourself a hot or cold drink, whichever is appropriate, and let's take this journey. All right, then. Let's stay tuned and let's take this break, and I will be with you.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there.
Hey beautiful people, I'm May Queen, and something powerful is landing on the 1st of March 2026. The Make You Lounge, where faith meets vibe, where culture meets conversation, and where creativity meets purpose. Broadcasting live from London with strong diaspora root from the Make You Lounge every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Star Radio UK. This isn't just a radio show, it is a movement. So lock it in, tell a friend, pull up to the lounge, because in the May Queen Lounge, we build legacy while we vibe. See you Sunday at 7 p.m.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, where we are now going global trotting. And what have I got news for you? Yes, of course, kicking off from home here in the UK. And what is there for you to see? Well, yesterday or Saturday to Sunday, when the US, the president, an event that the president was having with the press was attacked. However, the perpetrator has been apprehended and all that stuff. But King's US visit will go ahead as planned. Buckingham Palace says the decision was made after discussions on both sides of the Atlantic through the day. The palace has said UK's biggest ever environmental pollution claims reaches high court. We'll tell you more about that. UK healthy life expectancy falls by 2 years in past decade. So if you're going to be 100 now, the rest of you are going to be 98. So what are we doing? What is going wrong there? You want to know more? You got to stay tuned as we continue to bring you everything that you got to know. This is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, as I was saying earlier on, pertaining to events in the US, well, Trump says he wasn't worried during Washington press dinner shooting. The suspect's writings said he wanted to target Trump administration officials. Acting U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche has said. And then other stories. I was in the room with Trump and heard the low thudding sound of gunfire. Trump said RFK Jr. could run wild with health policy. Instead, he reined him in. Okay, let's see. He's trying to say that, yeah, he's been doing good. But some of the extremists in his part of the reason. So, well, let's move on. Moving on to the Latin American area as well. Death toll in Colombia highway bus bomb attack rises to 20. Political violence has escalated in Colombia ahead of next month's presidential election. Is it cracking down or is it jaw with them? What do you think is going to be? A rights group critical as Venezuela prisoner release scheme coming to an end. Why? There are some people who have not been given the opportunity to come out, or maybe because of their ill that the perpetrator is said that they cannot be pardoned or they don't fall into that. Well, we're going to tell you more about that. And Mexico says U.S. agent killed in crash wearing permitted to operate there. All right, 2 killed in strike on alleged drug boat in Pacific Ocean, U.S. military has said. Now, in other stories making the rounds still there as well. In Europe, we got a Ukraine drone commander has Russian oil, troops, and morale in high sight. In a rare interview, Commander Robert Brovdi shared how his unit accounts for a third of all targets destroyed on the battlefield. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. A French teen who licked vending machine straw faces jail in Singapore. Okay, and then Orban steps down from Hungarian parliament after landslide defeat. I mean, what else? He knows he has to be out, and he's out. And Chernobyl ghost city, 40 years after world's worst nuclear accident. And I watched a documentary on that, and boy, Boy, it was scary. Boy, it was scary. In other stories as well, Mandelson under formal investigation by EU anti-fraud office. 3 Kosovo Serbs jailed over deadly gun battle and monastery siege. This and a lot more going to be coming your way. It is coming your way from Starr Radio UK. And those of you who love wolves, well, let me tell you, poisoning suspected in depth of 18 wolves in Italian National Park. I think somebody's gone on the rampage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, in Asia. Remembering Raghurai, the photographer who showed India to itself. Rai passing, India has lost a visual historian who was a chronicler of its most defining and other painful moment. The Chinese sports brand taking on Nike and Adidas. That is Anta. Well. Quality is the game. So it doesn't matter the brand name. Quality. And that is what I believe in. China car giant BYD says it can thrive without US. Well, if you come through the UK, you go around, you see lots of BYDs here. Build your dream. Yeah, that's the meaning of the BYD. Build your dream. So people are building their dreams there with that car. So I'm thinking, do I go and give them the specs that this is how I want it, and I build that dream, or what? Or they build it, or what? All right then, but that's another one there for you. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Moving on now to the Middle East before we get to Africa as well. Well. Iranian foreign minister blames US for talks breakdown as he visits Russia. Meanwhile, Lebanon's Ministry of Health says Israeli strikes on the country on Sunday killed 14 people, including 2 children and 2 women. And then Trump cancels US envoy trip to Pakistan for talks on Iran war. This uncertainty, what do we think is going to happen there? Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu treated for early stage prostate cancer, but it should be okay. An Israeli police investigate officer after officers cut Palestinian flags from skull cap. Okay, tell you more about that as the program goes on. Netanyahu has ordered army to vigorously attack Hezbollah in Lebanon. Those are the stories making the rounds there. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. On the African front, Mali defense minister killed as country hit by wave of rebel attacks. It was a scary one. The pirates seized another vessel off Somali coast as threat level increases. I'll tell you more about that. And Kenya Sawi smashes 2-hour barrier to make history at London Marathon, and at least 42 killed in Chad after water well dispute escalates. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK as we continue with some of the other stories making the rounds on the African front this morning. Burundi President Ndayishimiye named ruling party candidate for the 2027 elections, and then Green Coal offers Chad a cleaner and cheaper alternative to coal and wood. Which one is green coal? Coal. We'll be looking at into that as well. Maybe we can take leverage from that. Other countries can take a leaf out of their book and look at how it's helped them there. This is all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We are moving on, and somebody says, where are we moving on to? Renewed violence in Mali raises fears of escalating Sahel. So insecurity in Sahel region, quite a scary one. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. In Nigeria, Ibadan Opposition Summit, your rhetoric reckless threatens national security. APC tackles Governor Makinde. We'll be telling you more about that as the program goes on. Opposition realignment gathers pace as NDC woos Obi Kwankwaso ahead of 2027 deadline. And Obasanjo Atiko Kwankwaso attend opposition leaders summit in Ibadan. Shawore explains his absence there from Ibadan's opposition summit and says Nigeria needs fresh leadership. And do you think you can get it that way or what? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right, then. We are moving on. Insecurity article rejects alleged attempt to suspend campaigns in Bono, Benue, and others. We'll tell you more about these areas, the no-go areas when it comes to the campaigns or elections. Why? Okay, but maybe there's a way forward or something that they could do about it. We'll tell you more about that. In Ghana as well, Sticker details what Kennedy said about leading the base movement in 2028. Well. And government revokes Adamu's mining leases over illegal operations. Okay, this our story is making the rounds this morning. And Akosombo Dam completely shut after Gridco substation fire. Oh boy, the doom so will be doom. Kwame Sevakai forced to apologize to Wontumi. Well, maybe he said something that is not worth saying. So definitely. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Energy Ministry confirms full shutdown of Akosombo Dam after substation inferno. All right then. Which part of the country gets their power from? They accommodate our people just as MTN operates freely in Ghana. Deputy Maslog CEO to South Africans. Okay, and man 23 sentenced to 7 years in prison for defilement in Hohoi. And Zoom Lion swiftly investigates concerns raised at Park hearing restores cleanliness in Asante Achem South. All right then, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, Ghana has got a new their coach, the person of Carlos Queiroz. How many weeks before we go for the World Cup tournament in the US, Canada, and Mexico areas? Well, we're going to be telling you more about all that. But wherever you are, don't touch the dial. Stay tuned. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We take a break. We come back, and I will be bringing you nothing more than the details of the stories that we've heard and open the lines exactly at 11:45. All right, then, stay tuned. Don't touch that. A quick commercial break, and I'll be with you. Have a sip of some water or get yourself a hot or cold drink, whichever is appropriate, and let's get ourselves ready for the showdown.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there.
Save the date, Saturday 2nd May 2026 from 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Join us at the Leonardo Hotel, Wellesley Road, Croydon. Transform your life with LiveVantage. Boost your health and your finances. Call now to secure your space. +44 7424 489 578.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me bring you this announcement and then we continue from there. GIL Accountancy Services, your trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, helping you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. It's reliable accounting and tax support you can trust. At GIL Accountancy Services, we provide tailored accounting, tax, and business advisory solutions, giving you peace of mind and helping your business thrive. Well, services that we offer includes account preparation, personal and business tax returns, bookkeeping, payroll and management accounts, VAT returns and VAT advisory, now tax planning and business advisory, gift and claims as give aid claims. My apologies, give aid claims. Now, who do we support? We support all self-employed individuals, landlords and property investors, partnerships, limited companies, charities, and social enterprises. Now, why should you choose GIL Accountancy Services? Well, we are professional, friendly, and reliable. Tailored solutions for your goals. We are proactive tax planning. We give you proactive tax planning with clear practical advice for you and dedicated client support. So with GIL, you know for sure that you are sorted. Now take control of your finances today. Call 07961 248834 07961 248834. You can email at dan@gilaccountants.com, dan@gilaccountants.com, accountants with an S, and then, or you can go to their website, check it out, yes, and it's gilaccountants.com. All right then, free initial consultation. If you say Star Radio UK, oh boy, you get some rebate there. It's all coming away from Star Radio UK. The second announcement: Women in the Strong Room Conference, shaping tomorrow's women today. The event takes place on Saturday, the 16th of May, 2026. The time 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Round. The event is taking place at the Community House, South Street, Bromley. The postcode is BR1 1RH, BR1 1RH. For emails, they send it to charlotteodumfoundation@gmail.com or call 077-229-2988 077-229-2988. Well, or you can scan the QR code on the broadcast at the moment and you can get it all and get yourself in there. Remember, the Women in the Strong Room Conference taking place on the Saturday, the May the 16th. The host is Charlotte Odum. Some of the guest speakers: Chris Wacho, international relationship; Rachel Lamond, who is an MBA financial protection advisor; and Councillor Thelma Odoe, Councillor Barrow of Newham. So make sure you make a date with them. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, let's go into the details of some of the stories that we are looking at this morning. Well, the king is supposed to be on his way today to the U.S. So King Charles and Queen Camilla said visit to the U.S. will go ahead as planned. Buckingham Palace has said after a shooting incident in Washington, D.C. raised security concerns. A statement on Sunday said the decision had been made after discussions on both sides of the Atlantic through the day. It is understood there will be minor adjustment to some of the engagement to further minimize risks. Security concerns were raised after a gunman attempted to storm the White House correspondent dinner at a Washington hotel on Saturday night. The acting U.S. Attorney General says the suspect was likely targeting President Donald Trump. The palace said the king was greatly relieved to hear that the president and the first lady and the guests had been unharmed. It's understood the king and queen privately reached out to Trump to express their sympathies for their court. For those caught up in the attack. President Trump and other senior administration figures were evacuated from the dinner after a man fired several shots while attempting to enter the venue. The suspect, identified in U.S. media as a 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen, was detained at the scene. That had prompted talks about the security around the king and queen's 4-day visit, which begins on Monday. Concerning to what degree the events of Saturday evening may or may not impact on the operational planning for the visit, the palace had earlier said. Announcing the visit will now go ahead, the palace said the king and queen were most grateful to all those who have worked at pace and were looking forward to the visit getting underway tomorrow. That was it said yesterday. Acting U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche said he was very confident the king and queen will be safe during the 4-day visit. Speaking to a news network, senior government minister Darren Jones also said earlier on Sunday that the king's state visit will have appropriate security in place in relation to the race. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philip, meanwhile, said that it was vital that the king was properly protected and urged U.S. and U.K. teams to review the monarch's security overnight. One Secret Service agent was shot during the incident on Saturday night but was saved by his bulletproof vest. The president said no other injuries were reported. Even before the incident, security for the king and queen state visit was going to be very tight. Now it will be going up another level. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So what do you think? Should the visit go ahead? And as I said, whether you like it or not, it's going to go ahead. But the issue now is with the security. I mean, are they going to enjoy the visit as they were supposed to be? And looking at Trump's posture when last week we had Prince Harry in Ukraine saying that the U.S. should remember their promise to Ukraine and stand by them. And what was the promise? The promise was that when Ukraine was made to give up its nuclear ambitions or nuclear weapons, or that they were in the place to get that, they promise that we will make sure you are protected. However, do we see that at all? Well. I don't think we are seeing that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what is happening. When he was posed the question whether he will invite Prince Harry, I think he decided not to answer that. But do you think he will invite Prince Harry? After all, is his father there? Okay. Well, we are bringing you everything that you need to know. This is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. We are moving on swiftly. This is around to the Latin American area. Delta in Colombia, highway bars bomb attacks are risen to 20. And information coming through says that what? The death toll from a bombing on a Colombian highway on Saturday has risen to 20, with another 36 people injured, including minors. Now, videos shared from the scene show damaged vehicles and debris strewn across the Pan American highway in the southern Cauca region. Colombia President Gustavo Petro blamed the attack on rebels linked to dissident factions of the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, FARC. While local governor Octavio Guzman described the attack as the most brutal against civilians in decades. Now, peace talks between FARC and the government in 2016 ended in a deal under which thousands of fighters demobilized, but some broke away and refused to disarm. Those who carried out this attack are terrorists, fascists, and drug traffickers, Petro said on X. I want our very best soldiers to confront them, he added. Guzman posted a video on X of upturned vehicles and craters later along the highway and described the bombing as indiscriminate. Now, Coca cannot continue to face this barbarity alone, he wrote. On Sunday, he said in an update that 15 women and 5 men had been killed in the attack, which left a crater 20 meters in size, or 200 meters in size. Well, what do you think? What do you think is happening there? Now we have just few weeks, so now let's call it 6 weeks before we get into the World Cup, which is taking place in Colombia, US, and Canada. Now there was a shooting in Mexico, US, and Canada, not Colombia. Mexico, US, and Canada. And in one of the tourist attractions in Mexico City last Monday, there was a gunman there. And so people are asking, is everything okay? And which countries are going to be playing Colombia? Why am I saying Colombia? In Mexico? Well, we'll check it out and let you know. So, on the in the Latin American area, the acting president or the president of Venezuela said that human rights groups in Venezuela have criticized interim president Delcy Rodriguez for saying a scheme to release political prisoners was coming to an end, having been in place for just 9 weeks. Nearly 500 political prisoners have been released under the amnesty law brought in by the country's National Assembly. Prisoner rights group Foropenal says, but many more are thought to still be in jail. The group said Rodriguez lacked the power to end the release, while watchdog Provia called the move arbitrary and unconstitutional. Now, despite being a lieutenant of former President Nicolas Maduro, Rodriguez has enjoyed the support of Donald Trump since U.S. forces seized Maduro in January. The U.S. president surprised many by backing Rodriguez over opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, and the release of political prisoners, including Machado's colleagues, was a key concession to the U.S. by the interim administration. The president of the National Assembly, George Rodriguez, Delcy's brother, who initially announced the law, had said 1,557 political prisoners had applied for amnesty, noting that legislation would eventually cover 11,000 people. All right then, so let's see what happens there. Well, you know, when the opposition leader in that's Maria Corina Machado, who won the Nobel Peace Prize award, who has even presented that to Trump. So Trump doesn't support it. There is a saying in the Ghanaian parlance, it's no matter the style that you do, whatever you do, whatever. But ladies and gentlemen, let me call it Starr Radio UK. Let me say the line is open, and if you want to call in, feel free to do so. It is via Teams, and it's Starr Radio UK, Starr Radio UK via Teams, and your voice will be heard. So stay tuned and don't touch the dial. All right then. Now in Europe, Ukraine drone commander has Russian oil troops and morale in his sights. Why is he targeting that? We'll not touch more on that. We have to go because of our time. Now, Viktor Orban is stepping down from Hungarian parliament after landslide defeat. Well, he has become the president or prime minister for how many years? 16 years. So I think he's had enough. He doesn't want to be sitting on the back bench or whatever. So he's decided, you know what? Enough is enough. And then Peter Mandelson, well, it's under formal investigation by the EU's anti-fraud investigation there as well. As I said, this one of the stories making the rounds this morning on the Starr Radio UK morning show, where we continue with the stories making the rounds. The Middle East. Iran's foreign minister has blamed U.S. demands for a breakdown in peace negotiations with Washington. Abbas Archie is on a visit to Russia, where he's expected to hold discussions with Vladimir Putin. It comes after Donald Trump cancelled a planned trip by U.S. officials to Pakistan over the weekend for talks on the Iran war, claiming it will be wasting too much time. Lebanon's health ministry says Israeli strikes on the country on Sunday killed 14 people, including 2 children and 2 women. The Israeli military says an IDF soldier was killed and 6 others injured by Hezbollah drone attacks in Lebanon. Meanwhile, oil prices have risen again as the Strait of Hormuz remains effectively closed, with Brent crude trading at what? $107.50. All right then, let's move on. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK on the African front this morning, looking at some of the stories that is made their round. At least 42 people have been killed in Chad after water well dispute escalated. And it's quite troubling, you know. At least 42 people have been killed and 10 injured in fighting between rival ethnic groups in eastern Chad in a conflict that had begun as a dispute over water well. Officials have said the conflict in Wadi Fira province, initially between 2 families, is said to have escalated into a cycle of reprisal attacks that spread over a wide area, with villages burned down. Chadian authorities said on Sunday that a delegation led by Deputy Prime Minister Liman Mahamat had been sent to the area and the situation had been brought under control. Deadly communal clashes are common in the Central African nation, with a long-running pattern of disputes between farmers and herders, as well as ethnic tension. The clashes are often triggered by competition over water and grazing land. And where do we see a picture of that or like that happening on the African continent as well? Which part of Africa do we see that? Well. A sad one happening there, that the Mali defense minister has been killed as country hit by a wave of rebel attacks. Mali's defense minister has been killed in an apparent suicide truck bombing on his residence near the capital, Bamako. The story said that multiple news outlets reported the death of Sadio Kamara, part of a wave of coordinated attacks by jihadist militants and separatists carried out across the country. The state TV confirmed the death several hours later, saying he died of wounds received or sustained while engaging with the attackers. Reports says the head of the military junta, General Assimi Goita, was moved to a safe location after his home was also targeted. Now, further North Russian mercenaries hired by Mali military agreed to withdraw from Kidal after 2 days of clashes. The separatist Sawad Liberation Front group has said. Now, 4 years, Mali has been plagued by insurgency by groups affiliated with Al Qaeda and the Islamic State group and the FLA. Now, quoting Kamara's family and French media news agency, said the attack launched by militants affiliated by Al Qaeda in Kati on Saturday also killed at least 3 of Kamara's family members. Government spokesman Isa Osman Kolibali read out a statement on Sunday evening saying Kamara had been killed when a vehicle laden with explosives and driven by a suicide attacker targeted the minister's residence. It is said he exchanged fire with attackers and succeeded in neutralizing some of them. However, he was wounded and later died from his injuries in hospital. The attack led to the collapse of Kamara's residence and the destruction of a nearby mosque, where a number of worshippers were also killed. Fighting on Saturday had been reported in the town, a major military base outside the capital, in Gao and Kidal in the north, and the central cities of Sevari in Mopti. The report suggests that the assault by the separatists who seek a breakaway ethnic Tuareg state in the north was primarily focused on northern cities, while the jihadist group Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam wal Muslim has staged some simultaneous attack on multiple locations across the country. The ULF lesson head of the Sahel program at Konrad Adenauer Foundation in Mali, said the incident appeared to be the largest coordinated jihadist attack on Mali for years. So what are we doing with the Sahel region? Because looking at everything that is happening, there's a tendency that if care is not taken, this will spread. And when it spreads, all the West African countries who border the Sahel are going to be in trouble. The northern part of Ghana, the northern part of Nigeria, the northern part of Cote d'Ivoire, the northern part of Togo, the northern part of Benin, are all going to be some way, somehow involved in that. Cameroon, northern part. I mean, so how do we deal with it? Especially when these three countries decided to get themselves out of ECOWAS because of insecurity that they were blaming past governments of not being able to solve or deal with, and because of that, they ended up embarking on coup d'etats that overthrew various governments. But so far, do you see any peace there at all? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. We're moving on because we are already behind schedule. And touching one from Nigeria, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has warned against any move to halt political campaigns in parts of the northern region. That's the northern part of Nigeria, arguing that such a decision will erode constitutional rights and heighten fears of disenfranchisement and worsening insecurity. His reaction follows reports that Senate is considering suspending political activities in 8 states affected by escalating violence, including Borno, Benue, and Plateau. In a statement released on Sunday by a senior special assistant on public communication, Frank Shaibu, Atiku described the proposal as deeply troubling, while acknowledging that insecurity remains a serious national challenge. He stressed that it must not be used as a basis to limit democratic participation. He said, let it be clearly stated that the right to vote and participate in the electoral process is fundamental and cannot be abridged under any guise. Any attempt, whether deliberate or disguised, to suppress political activities in parts of northern Nigeria raises legitimate concerns about the disenfranchisement. Now, so do you think the move by the president, by the the government, the federal government is okay? Now, if you're saying that, so that means that those 8 states are not going to be having elections at all. How are they going to get representatives, or their representatives are going to be staying? Now, if Atiku, looking at it, sees that that is a stronghold, what does he do? Catch my drift? So, what is going to happen there? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. One more from Nigeria, and we go on. The All Progressive Congress has condemned Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State invocation of Operation Wetie, Drench It. Okay, Wetie means drench it, saying it was an attempt to incite Nigerians to violence over allegations of the country's descent into a one-party state. Now, this was contained in a statement signed by National Publicity Secretary Felix Moka on Sunday, noting that the governor's rhetoric are baseless and senseless. The statement was titled, "Inciting Violence, Governor Makinde, you are unworthy of the office you occupy." Now, Moka said, while addressing a summit of opposition political parties in Ibadan yesterday, Saturday, that was the day before yesterday, that Saturday, the 25th of April, Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State invoked the bloody history of Operation Wetie to incite Nigerians to violence over his baseless and senseless allegation of country's descent into a one-party state. Do you think Nigeria is descending into a one-party state at all? The All Progressive Congress categorically condemns Governor Makinde's incitement as reckless and a clear and present threat to peace and national security. It is particularly disturbing for a sitting governor who bears constitutional responsibility as the chief security officer of the state to conjure up one of the darkest episodes of political violence in Nigeria's history, to threaten violence against the people and government of Nigeria. Moka stated, by his incitement to violence, Makinde has shown himself to be unworthy of the high office of governor that he occupies. So what is going to be done to him? We're going to have the DSS or SSS saying for insecurity reasons they are going for him, or what? Or truly, people can read the writing on the wall saying that, well, this is what it means, that if care is not taken, the country is going to descend into a one-party state. Is that what is going to happen there at all? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We take one final one, this time around from Ghana, and then we can bring the first part of the program to a pulse, and then we'll go to Cyprus where we have our own HRH Linda Pallien. Well, say Doomso, they say it's coming, it's not coming, but now big Doomso. The Ministry of Energy has announced that the Akosombo Dam has been completely shut down. The development follows a fire outbreak at the Ghana Great Co substation at Akosombo, which has caused major disruption to power supply across the country. According to the report by some news network, the ministry confirmed that the fire caused extensive damage to critical infrastructure at the substation. The ministry explained that the damage disrupted operations and forced authorities to temporarily shut down the Akosombo Dam as a safety measure. Now, speaking on a radio show this morning, the ministry spokesperson Richmond Roxon said the fire severely affected dam switch system, rendering it inoperable. He added that the extent of the damage has also impacted the country's power generation and distribution network, requiring urgent intervention. The switch yard, which is the Akosombo substation, is completely burnt down and it's not salvageable. The primary control room for the switch yard is completely gone. It was an event, it was even difficult for us to walk there when we got there to assess the situation. And when that happened, we had to shut down the Akosombo Dam completely. That is what has caused outages in many parts of the country, as we are seeing. Akosombo is a major component of our power generation, he said. The incident reportedly occurred approximately 2 hours 2:01 p.m. on Thursday, when the substation was suddenly engulfed in flames. Meanwhile, the Energy and Green Transition Minister John Abdullahi Jinapor has asked the Chief Executive Officer of GridCo, Mark Ewiaba, to step aside pending investigation into the fire incident at the Akosombo Power Control Center. The development was announced by the Minister of State in charge of Government Communication Projects, Kwachi Ofosu, on X on Sunday. According to him, a major shake-up has also been carried out at the Electricity Company of Ghana in Ashanti region following the recent intermittent power outages in the area. The Minister of Energy and Green Transition has asked the CEO of GridCo to step aside pending investigation into the fire incident at the Akosombo Power Control Center. There has also been a major shake-up by the leadership of the ECG in Ashanti region, Kwachi Ofosu has said. Well, doom. What is happening? Who is causing it? That's the issue. Let's take a break. We come back at 4 minutes past the top of the hour, and I will take you to Cyprus, where our own HRH Linda Pallien is going to be with us to bring you Career 101. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use
Call
AI
the studio now.
in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there. If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there.
Save the date Saturday 2nd May 2026 from 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Join us at the Leonardo Hotel, Wellesley Road, Croydon. Transform your life with LiveVantage. Boost your health and your finances. Call now to secure your space. +44 7424 489 578.
Throughout the course of your life. So it's not for a particular job, but necessary key skills that all the successful people have to master at some point.
So 11 skills that are hard to learn, but you definitely need it. Whatever you do, if you want to get to the top, you definitely need that. Okay, interesting. Let me ask you one of the skills. Now we talk about Emma Raducanu, who has won the US Opens, and then I was asking myself the question when she was playing last time. I mean, during the summer in Wimbledon, and then she went out. Saying that she had some cramps or some pain, something of the sort, and then she left. So I was of the view that no, she's not got the mental agility at all, so she cannot do it.
Cutting across the genres and tearing up the airwaves.
Wow.
Would you believe that she got discharged and instead of going home, came
to the event? Wow.
Because she said, I said I was going to be here and I got discharged and I was going to be here, even if I came at the end just to say I was here.
Wow. That's a very, very wonderful example, because I mean, most of us would have just folded our arms and said, that is it is over, let me just go. But for people to have that tenacity, that mental agility to say, I'm going to still go on, pursue my dreams and still get what I targeted to get that day. Wow. Kudos to her. Yeah.
And I exactly what you said. I thought, you know what, this is a difference between the average person and people that succeed. It was the embarrassment of falling down in front of 50 people. Even just the embarrassment alone, not let alone that you're hurt and your makeup is everywhere, and these people who are somewhere that are going to judge you. But putting all that aside, just your goal, regardless of the cost, I thought, okay, well, if anything ever happens, literally, when you fall down, you get up again, and that a version of that, and I really.
Yeah. I applaud her. Well done. Good. Okay, so what are some of the others?
Right. So I'll share these with you. I'll elaborate on them, and I'll also share with you who I learned these skills from. And the 11th skill is one that I've thrown in there, but I think it's definitely worth having. So the first one is public speaking. And Warren Buffett says this, who everyone knows who Warren Buffett is, and if you don't know, Google it.
Yeah.
But he says the ability to be able to stand up and speak in public and to be able to command the attention of an audience, it's a skill that will get you places. You know, it'll open doors for you. It'll build your skills in terms of being convicted about something. Convicted? I think that's the word. Like convicted about something enough to be able to stand up and speak in front of people.
Yeah.
And the confidence and being able to hold everyone's attention and knowing that you have something to say. So public speaking skills is the number one for Warren Buffett. The next one is from Mark Cuban, who says, he talks about competitions, But what I really got about it is don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. The easiest person to lie to is yourself. The easiest person to fool is yourself. You can convince everyone, oh, because this person happened and because I had so many tragedies, this is why I'm not successful. Because I study this, blah, blah, blah. And Mark Cuban talks about this in terms of competition. You think, oh, everyone else is up for promotion, and all of these people have been in the industry longer than me, so I won't stand a chance. Or I am the best in the field because maybe I deliver faster, I deliver better, I'm the world's number one or the number two person, or the personal touch when I sew my garments, if I'm the best tailor. He says, look, you were saying you're number two, and that's a lie to yourself, because guess what? Number three isn't sitting there going, oh yes, I'm number three and I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Working on it. Coming past you.
He's working to move you off your spot.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Then be like, oh, I'm the best, and it's a continuous process. The earlier you're honest with yourself about what your shortcomings are, what you can do better, and keep improving rather than lying to yourself, the easier it will be for you to be able to move forward. And this comes with jobs as well. Oh, my job is safe because I do so much, they can never replace me.
Yeah.
Just like that, you're replaced. Even if the person is not as good as you're still replaceable.
Yeah.
Don't lie to yourself. And this is from Mark Cuban. The third one is Robin Sharma. Be confident. Be confident. And confidence sounds like such an easy skill and something that you can put on, but there's a difference really with faking it till you make it and being convinced of the idea so much so that you're willing to bet everything on the line for it. And I always use Elon Musk as an example of being confident that even though this company is not making money forever, you're gonna still pitch your business plan and keep your investors on board because you are so bought into it that you bring others around even if they don't see results. And to relate to people, it's like confidence is almost like having faith, right? Like having faith is Jesus Christ and the heaven and all of that stuff. It's that I know I'm going to be successful. I know this book is good enough. I know this is going to help people. And being so convinced about it that people say, she must know something. That's what, like, she must know something, or she believes in it so much, I believe in it too. So do you have confidence in yourself enough to be able to convince other people of your idea or what you're going to do? And if you're not, then ask yourself if it's the right thing for you. Be confident. The fourth one, which I think is quite interesting, is by Simon Sinek, which says, speak last. Speak last. And he uses Nelson Mandela as an example, but I really want to use Ghanaian traditional chiefs as an example. And so any tribal family, if you go to the chief's palace, you have everyone that speaks their side before the chief rules on it. And someone asked Nelson Mandela how he became a good leader, since he's arguably one of the world's greatest leaders. And he said he came from a tribe, and his father was one of the people in the palace. And the chief always spoke last. And he says, whether you agree with someone or disagree with someone, don't shake your head, don't nod, just listen. And it's a twofold benefit. First, everyone a chance to be heard first. If you're a leader, it doesn't mean that you speak first, and then later on ask people what they think, because you've already influenced what they think. I tell, oh, this is the plan, what do you think? But if you hear everybody's side, then you're able to understand where everyone's coming from.
Yeah.
It's as a leader. What's his name? Simon Sinek always says, speak last and you'll be in a better position to be able to be better informed about what's going on, what people really feel concerns. Even if you already have your mind made up, you'll be able to know where people are at.
Yeah.
So that's the fourth one. Okay, well, we'll run a little bit. The fifth one is by Bishop T.D. Jakes. I think a lot of people would know him. And it's talking about using your time effectively. Use your time effectively. And this one hit me hard. I felt like I was in church.
Yeah.
Using your time effectively. He says, so there's the 80-20 principle. He uses that in this example when he says, most people spend only 20% of the time doing things that they're great at, that they're excited about, doing their passions or things that they're meant to be doing. And 80% of the time you're busy doing nothing, taking a phone call, browsing the internet, whatever it is, but you're not working on your zone of genius. And he says creativity takes time. So you need to make the time to create things. And they said there's no lack of money, just a lack of creativity.
Yeah.
And if you're investing your time in creating stuff, then you're not going to move forward. So it's really understanding where your time is spent and adjusting it to suit your goals and your dreams. And this might mean saying no to other things. This might mean depriving yourself of something else to be able to work towards that dream. So you can't get time back. It looks like money you can get back, anything back, time.
Scarce commodity. Very, very scarce commodity. Well, listeners, HRH Linda Pallien this afternoon bringing you Career 101, and we are looking at 11 skills that are hard to learn but very essential. You lose it or you miss it, you're not going to go very far. So please continue to listen to her. Let me acknowledge Ibrahim Bolagade, and he says good, thumbs up to you because he is enjoying what you're saying at the moment. And to every one of you listening to what, share the broadcast, is very, very important. But I promise you one thing, it will be on our Facebook page, on our Twitter, and all the social media platforms as well. On our apps, it's going to be on the podcast as well. But we still got a long way to go. So continue to listen to us as she unfolds the 11 skills that are hard to learn but essential. Over to you, Linda.
So the next skill is quit complaining. And this is by one of my favorite people, Ian Lavanta. She's an African American lady, and she says the amount of time we spend complaining about something, bitching, whining about something, is a lot more than we actually realize. Why did this happen? Who did this? Why wasn't it done this way? I can't do this because of that. And all the time we spend moaning about something, even the littlest of things, it takes away the time that can be put in creating and being productive. Because when you're moaning about something, you're not asking, how can I make it better? You're asking, why is it happening? And there's a saying that says, if you ask a stupid question, you'll get a stupid answer.
Of course.
Why did this happen to me? Why not?
Why not you? Who do you want it to happen to?
And she no whining Wednesdays. So on a Wednesday you can't complain about anything.
Okay.
And you put a quarter in a jar. And she said, do it for one Wednesday and see how often, how many quarters you've amassed, or how many pennies, 50s, whatever it is for you, you've amassed. And it's just to visually see the time we spend complaining rather than finding solutions to everyday challenges that we face. So definitely I'll encourage you, even if you're not doing the quarters, just to note or listen, if not for yourself, but other people. And why, or you complain about something. And that includes, oh, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I can't do this, I'm hungry. That's all whining. Our sixth skill is be present. Be present. A lot of, especially at work, a lot of us are at work, but our minds aren't there. A lot of us are here in the moment, but our minds are, what's for dinner? Am I going to go shopping over the weekend? I'm going to do these plans. Or yesterday I did this, could I have done that better? And then basically the past puts you in, looking into the past puts you in a lot of regrets and reflection, but you can't change it. You spend a lot of time in the future, it just makes you anxious. But if here and now, you can control the present and what you're doing, and you can do it to the best of your ability. So really being present and conscious about doing the best you can in the given moment and not worrying about the future or the past helps you to make the most of every given moment that you realize. It's not the easiest thing to always live in the present, but to bring as often as possible. That's what meditation is, right? Or being conscious, bringing yourself back to the now and making yourself aware that, okay, now in this current moment, I'm on Starr Radio and I'm doing my best, and that is enough. Or I'm listening to this and I'm fully listening rather than checking my phone and half listening, or something else, or planning the next whatever is to come. Again, that was another one for me. And then one of my favorite ones by Ariana Huffington is get enough sleep.
That will be in the next life.
Get enough sleep. And I thought, how is this a good business skill and all of that stuff? But she explains that if you don't prioritize the sleep and you wake up tired or you wake up not having had enough, then it gives rise to all of what we've spoken about. You're not the best version of yourself there. You're not present because you just want to go back to bed. And she says, and that involves saying no to things. She says a lot of the time she does a book signing or a speaking engagement, and of course there's a party after for her, or somebody wants to take her out to dinner, and she said it's the hardest thing to say no. No, I need to go to bed. And it's not because she doesn't want to be there, it's because prioritizing that sleep means that for the next morning she's well rested and she can be her best the next day too, rather than partying into the night and then living on borrowed time.
Where you cannot give your best when it comes to that. You cannot, no way.
Exactly. And that's for all my people that go out on the weekend and Sunday night and are not their best on a Monday or on a weeknight. And it's not just because you're hurting your boss. You're building up this character that becomes your habit. A lot of the time, employees think that the only person that's suffering is their boss. If I sleep on the job or rest on the job just because I'm tired, I will make up for it another day or whatever. And yes, you might be able to get away with it at work, but in your subconscious, you're programming yourself to be that person. That is what you do, and that's more damaging. The sales call that you didn't do, or whatever you think is harming your boss by you not being your present. And then last but one is have empathy. Have empathy. And empathy, as opposed to sympathy, is when you feel sorry for someone, you sympathize with them, but when you're sympathizing with them, you're feeling their pain, or you understand their pain. When you're empathizing with them, you put yourself in that person's shoes to feel what they're doing. So sympathy is external to you. Empathy is embody that. Meryl Streep, again, a huge celebrity actress, and she says empathy is one of the skills that you will forever need in whatever business you do, whatever career you do, to be able to empathize with someone else. It gives you a level of understanding of people and consciousness that you wouldn't if you don't hone the skill of empathy. You know, if you can put yourself in your boss's position, you can understand maybe why you're not getting your pay rise just yet. If you can in your customer's position, you can serve them better because you can understand their needs and their worries. And yes, they're screaming in your face, but you can imagine what's going on and sort of deal with the root cause of the issue rather than the outcome of it.
Yeah.
Put yourself in the shoes of your patients. If you put yourself in the shoes of your cleaner, if you put yourself in the shoes of your spouse, it helps to build that human relationship, which means you can build a deeper connection, and they get to know, like, and trust you, and you can have a better working relationship. You can negotiate higher. You can sell anything to anybody. You know, understanding people is a top skill.
Yeah.
And empathy and being as empathetic as possible really stands you in good stead for success. And finally, and this is by Linda Pallien.
I love that one.
And I think I touched on it a little bit when I was talking about empathy, but it's learn about people. Learn everything you can about people. Okay, and when I say that, I mean everything from their name to building relationships with people. I always say that understanding people, because you're always going to deal with people, whether it's with a child or whether it's with an adult or whatever, you're always surrounded by people. No man's an island. And just understanding people helps you so much to be able to get anything that you want.
Yeah.
When you learn about people, you understand that if people like to hear their names repeated back to them, if you're trying to build a relationship, and you may have noticed this, if you're on the sales call and they say, "Good morning, am I speaking to Mrs. Person?" They keep repeating because it builds that familiarity quicker.
Yeah.
See, when the sweetest sound to people is the sound of their own name.
Names. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you understand that, you can use that to your advantage. If you understand people, you can build relationships. You can put yourself in their shoes. You can understand your suppliers and build a better relationship. Oh, okay, I work with Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith really cares about tennis, and this is important to him. If I'm trying to explain to Mr. Smith why his goods are not going to be delivered on time, maybe using a tennis analogy will help me, because he understands tennis, and I can say, well, the racket by this provider hasn't been, this understanding people to a level that other people won't. Relationship, a deep relationship with someone, and being able to have them onto your side than not. If you're talking to your boss and your boss, your boss is going through a divorce or whatever it is, and being able to understand where they're coming from and relate to them on their level will help you build a better relationship with them. You may decide then, I'm not going to bother them with this because it's not urgent business. Say, I know you're going through a lot right now. After this is all over, there's a couple of things I'd like to discuss, rather than going, when have you got time for me? I need to talk about my pay, talk about my business. And it's the same thing. There's an issue to be spoken about, but there's a way to do it that will get them on your side, and there's a way to do it where you sound like a pest. So learning about people, building relationships, again, key top skill that you'll need everywhere. kids, even if you're dealing with your own kids or the kids of other people, elderly people, putting yourself in their position. And this is where I commend the nursing home staff for, understanding, okay, well, nobody's first choice is to come stay here and not spend their last days in their own house that they've built. So coming from a place of understanding, which I see most nurses do, and going, oh well, but here's a couple of flowers to cheer you up that are similar to the ones that were in your garden. I saw that in your picture. Just building that relationship, these little details that means the world to someone. It makes a difference between I love this person or this person works here.
Yeah. Wow, listeners, it's been a very, very wonderful edition of this Career 101, and today we're looking at 11 skills that are hard to learn but very, very essential. You cannot do without it. If you really want to be successful or be counted, be standing and be counted, then you definitely need that. I try to note a lot of them, but somehow I think I've missed some of them. Now, if you are in the same shoes as I find myself, or the same situation, you know what you can do. You go back to the broadcast, okay? Whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or Periscope or all the other social media platforms that we are transmitting live on, go back there and you have that as well. But it's going to be ready on our podcast in the next 5-10 minutes. It should be ready there as well. Go there and have a real listen, because I always say it and I'll continue to say it. In the midst of abundance of water, it takes only the fool to be thirsty. So the resource is there for you. Why don't you take advantage of it? But I was trying to get Linda some of the books that she's written that has got all that she said, packaged in a way there for you as well. But she's here herself and she's going to be telling you more about that and how you can also contact her. Over to you, Linda.
Fantastic. If you're interested in really developing yourself and moving to the next level of your success, whatever that is for you, whether it's going to from 0 to 1 or 9 to 10, definitely get in touch with me. As Archie was saying, that I have my books that have come out. They're called the Career Series, so the career books, and this shows you step by step how you can improve your career. So we have the first book, which is How to Career, and it takes you on how to build a career, how to choose a career, how to even navigate between the voices in your head, whatever your parents are telling you, whatever society is telling you to go into as a career, and also and what is really in your heart that you'll be really successful at. So that is the book 1, How to Career. Book 2 tells you how to excel at that career once you've discovered what career path is your natural path to wealth. So book 2 is highly recommended to everyone who's looking for a promotion, looking to build a name for themselves, have just started a business and looking to improve it, raise their profile, advance their career success is for you. And then of course we've got the career workbook, which is a practical book. It's a workbook, as the name suggests, and it will give you prompts on any area of your career success, what you're missing and what you need to be looking at. So you can find all of these career books on Amazon, amazon.co.uk, amazon.com, Amazon around the world. Type in Linda Pallien Career and it will come up. They're about $20 each. Book 2, if you're confused of which book to buy, start with book 2. Book 2 is a summary of it all, and it honestly is the best value for money in any career book. And in my years of teaching career advancement, I've seen a lot of material, and this book has everything in it. So definitely look into it. And if you want to work one-to-one as well, you can contact me, lindapallien.com, and there's a calendar there to book a chat with me. I'll be happy to chat with you, even if it's just to discuss your problem, have a one-off session to see how we can help you move forward with your career goals.
Wow. Linda, let me say thank you very, very much for this wonderful time. But I can tell you, listeners, that she is my cheerleader. She can be your cheerleader. So why don't you take advantage of that? Have a wonderful day, and then we'll catch up later.
You too. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.